Tanzania, a land of promise in East Africa, a nation once praised for charting its own path, free from the heavy chains of foreign loans and the whispers of outside influence. Under the late President John Pombe Magufuli, Tanzania entered a new chapter. Known to many as the bulldozer, Magufuli drove the nation forward with an iron will. He pushed projects without borrowing billions from Europe. He refused to bow to international puppeteers, and remarkably, Tanzania grew. Infrastructure expanded, accountability was enforced, and for a time, the country stood tall on its own feet. Even Tundu Lissu, one of Tanzania's most fearless opposition figures, found little ground to oppose Magufuli's government when accountability was clear and growth was undeniable. The debates were political, yes, but the country was moving, rising, becoming a model of African self-reliance. But then came 2021, the sudden passing of Magufuli, and the rise of Samia Suluhu Hassan, Tanzania's first female president. At first, hope filled the air. She was seen as a reformer, opening up media space, welcoming dialogue, softening the hard edges of Magufuli's rule. The world applauded her. Foreign powers smiled. But slowly, the picture began to change. With Suluhu came the creeping hand of foreign influence. International lenders returned, aid and conditions followed, and with them, pressure. The promise of reforms gave way to whispers of repression. Arrests, abductions, and court cases began to shadow opposition voices once more. Tundu Lissu, who once respected Magufuli's accountable governance, now stood up again in fierce resistance. He questioned elections, he demanded reforms, he cried out, "No reforms, no election." And for that, the state struck back. Treason charges, disqualification of his party Chadema, and a sweeping effort to silence the man who had become the symbol of democratic struggle. Supporters who came to witness Lissu's trial were arrested. Even foreign activists, journalists and observers from Kenya and beyond were detained and deported. Transparency was shut out. Live coverage of the trial was banned, and Tanzania, once celebrated for its resilience, slid further into the shadows of authoritarianism. So why the clash? Why is Samia Suluhu fighting Tundu Lissu? The answer is simple: because Lissu represents accountability. He represents a people's voice against a growing tide of foreign control and internal suppression, and his vision threatens the very foundation on which Samia seeks to build her power. From Magufuli's era of self-reliance to Suluhu's struggle with opposition and influence, Tanzania's story is no longer just about roads and projects. It is about sovereignty, democracy, and the battle for Africa's future. A battle between independence and dependency, between truth and silence, between a people's hope and a leader's fear. This is not just politics. This is Tanzania's destiny unfolding before our eyes.
This is The African Journalist, bringing you the stories others won't tell. If you believe Africa deserves truth, sovereignty, and justice, then join this journey. Don't forget to like this video, share it widely, and subscribe to the channel. Because the struggle for Africa's future is not just theirs, it's ours.